Aye.
Back in open session.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the Township Committee, an executive session deliberated on this matter. They took into consideration all of the comments that they've heard from you tonight. They feel they have a recommendation, and I'm going to let council go over that. Fred?
The recommendation, Mayor, is to withdraw all of the ordinances that relate to the land use and specifically the overlay zones, with the direction for the Township Committee to go back to fair share housing and to exhaust all efforts to find other locations or other solutions instead of these overlay zones. And instead of the ones that were discussed this evening, specifically the AH2 and AH3. And in addition, if by chance down the road these two zones are reintroduced, there will be personal notice to all residents within 200 feet of the zone if in fact it comes back. But at this point in time, the direction that I'm getting from the Township Committee with this vote would be to explore and exhaust all other alternatives as opposed to these zones. And that would be It would be a motion for ordinances 43, 2019, 44, 2019, 45.
No, just those two, Fred.
Those two right now?
Just those two.
Okay, right, because the other two, correct.
We're okay.
43, 2019, and 44, 2019.
And the language for the motion would be...
43 and 44, right?
Correct.
43 and 44 only. Those are
Right,
the two
both of the overlay zones. They're the AH2 and the AH3 overlay zones. They would be withdrawn with the direction to explore any and all other alternatives as opposed to these two overlay zones. And in the event there was the reintroduction of these ordinances, the affected property owners within 200 feet, notwithstanding what the law says, the Township Committee would direct for notice to be personally served by mail to those residents.
I offer that motion.
We have a motion by Mr. Francioli on the withdrawal of ordinance number 43-2019 and ordinance number 44-2019. And that motion has been seconded by Mr. Faramasca. And on roll call, Mr. Gallagher.
Aye.
Mr. Faramasca.
Aye.
Mr. Mahalko.
Yes.
Mr. Cahill.
Yes.
And Mr. Francioli.
Aye.
Both ordinances are now formally withdrawn.
Excuse me. Hold on. Hey. Before everybody takes off, I'd like to make a statement.
Yes,
50 will be
amended,
Thank you.
which I have to do.
Thank you. Before everybody takes off, I'd like to make a statement. I'm from this town. I feel exactly the same way you do. This, for lack of a better word, COA, sucks. It does. We fight it nonstop. We've been fighting it. We're doing our best. Help us. Help us. There's a letter that you can sign. I'm going to pass these out. It'll go on Facebook. Send it to your governor, your assemblyman, your senator, Cody, assemblywoman.
Jassy.
Casey.
and-
Send this out. You can still come and yell at us, but before you do that, send this, copy it. If we do it as a town, let's say 30 towns in Morris County send one letter, that's 30 letters. But if we have 30 towns, and those town members send 1,000, that's 30,000 letters. That's what's going to make this change. This is a constitutional issue in our government. It is a problem. We are up against the wall. What we're doing right now is going to be very risky. It may cost us more units. Know that. The thought behind, and stop me if I start talking too much.
No, Fred looks fine.
Yeah, Fred's not paying attention, I can keep
Too
going.
late. Too late.
My thought behind, you talk about you lived there for 170 years, you lived here for generations. This overlay, the intent was that you wouldn't sell. Rob, you asked why not another overlay? Because they will build there. It would happen tomorrow. We're gonna try something, it's gonna be risky, and it's probably gonna cost us more units. My goal has always been the least amount of units. I was counting on my neighbors to say, I'm not selling. If you are one of those neighbors and you're considering selling, call a town, let us know, okay? Can I say that? Let us know, all right? Let us know. I would love to put this into our open space. I'd love to expand Bee Meadow Park. I would love to. I've talked to dozens of you. I would love to see a small camping area. We've got a path that's going in. You know, we'd love to see this as that type of a use. But we need your help too. We need your help. We're going to get this out on Facebook. Is Linda still here?
I'm right here.
Sure.
There you go. Linda's going to help hand these out. We're going to get this out on Facebook. Ask me. I'll give out my email address. You can find it. Please.
Not on Facebook.
Tell your friends.
God bless you.
Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Not just in our town. This is a statewide issue. Okay? Please get the word out.